So one of the questions I get asked all the time in clinic is whether I can go back to running or I can start running even though I've been suffering lower back pain. So there's a couple of scenarios to figure out if you can return to running or you can even start running. So scenario one, you're already suffering back pain and you haven't started running, or you've recently taken up running and you've developed back pain. Realistically, you need to stop running and figure out what the issues are around your lower back pain, because the likelihood is that running is going to aggravate that pain and discomfort and possibly cause further damage. So go see a professional, get a full assessment, figure out where your weaknesses are, what you need to work on, do your prehab, and then get back to running. If you're considering going running, but have never run before, and you're suffering low back pain, I would stick clear of it until you've done all the necessary stuff that allow you to do it pain-free. If we look at it, as a society, everyone seems to want to go out and start running, although that may not be the right form of exercise for you at this time. Just because the way in our lifestyle we tend to spend a lot of time sat down in poor postures, we develop weaknesses in certain muscles, overactivity in other muscles, so you have all these imbalances going on. So then you want to go out and start training your body, but running is a very high impact, repetitive activity that is likely going to show up your weaknesses and end up in you being in some pain. So before you even consider going running, figure out obviously what current state you're in, get a full assessment, work on those weaknesses to get you up to a certain level before you start running, and then you gradually build up your distances and the frequency of your training. But don't get me wrong, you can definitely start training, but you'd have to tailor it to suit you. So lower impact activities such as swimming, cycling, the cross trainer, weight training to help develop strength in the right areas, so that when you do start the running, you're in a better shape for it. But the other scenario two, is if you're an avid runner, you've been running for a long time, and you've got a lot of miles under the belt, but you suffer with back pain. Now, in this scenario, the short answer, it depends on what's causing that back pain, whether you should be running or shouldn't. So again, go see a professional, get assessed. But if you're suffering throughout the day, you've got back pain throughout the day, it's low level back pain, but when you go out running, your pain and discomfort decreases, then actually that running, that extra movement is probably a good thing for you. And I would say keep on doing the running, unless after you finish the run, your pain increases significantly. And then obviously it's all right while you're moving, but you're aggravating further. So you might want to change the activity you're doing until you're able to run without obviously that spike in pain after you've finished the running. But so for example, if you wake up in the morning, you're stiff, you've got a little bit of back pain, you do a little bit of warm up, then you go running and actually ease your back pain, and the rest of the day you feel better, that extra movement, yes, keep running. And there's obviously other issues that are causing your back pain. So we need to figure out those issues, correct those, so that you don't have pain throughout the day. But yes, keep moving. On the flip side, if you start running and obviously you've got pain throughout the day, but you start running and your pain increases, or your pain stays there, but after you finish the running, you've got an increase in pain later that day or even to the next day, then I would say let's stop the running for now. Choose different activities, work on your weaknesses, address the back pain, so you can return back to running pain-free and prevent obviously causing any further damage or pain. In this scenario, your running is obviously aggravating the underlying issues that are causing your back pain. So in that scenario, I would look at it as, okay, I've got 4 out of 10 back pain throughout the day. I start running and my back pain maintains out 4 out of 10. But I feel more mobile, and afterwards it's still a 4 out of 10, then I would say for now, carry on running, and we'll address the underlying issue of your back pain. But say you've got 4 out of 10 back pain throughout the day, you start running, it increases up to a 5 or 6, then I would say you need to stop running and back off. Or another scenario is that you're running throughout you're running, It doesn't spike, it stays at around a 4 or 10, but you feel more mobile. But later that evening, or even the next day, you're struggling, you're 6, 7 out of 10 pain scale, then I would say you need to decrease how far you're running, or how fast you're running, or how often you're running, so that actually that pain isn't increased afterwards. And then obviously address the underlying issues. So to recap, if you're a long-time runner, you've been running for a long time, and you suffer with back pain anyway, and you find that running eases your lower back pain or helps with mobility, keep on running, address the underlying issues. If the back pain gets worse while running, or you're worse later that evening or the next day, cut back on the running, change the frequency and distances, and address the underlying issues before returning to that level of training. If you're new to running, or you haven't started running yet and you've got back pain, avoid it for now, address the underlying issues, and then we can get you on a plan to where you can run pain-free. So if you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, and you're looking at booking for a full assessment, just currently struggling with back pain, and you want to get running, or you're currently a runner, then somewhere on this video you'll see our contact details. Just get in touch with us, we'll do a full assessment and obviously tailor your treatment plan to suit you. We'll try and keep you active and get you training and reach your goals, but we might just have to modify things in the beginning to get you there faster and prevent obviously increased pain and discomfort and further injury.